Hey folks, this last call, I wanted to bring you a Town Hall 13 attack that I really like, Minor Hog and AQ Walk. I'm going to do this a little different, just show you spell comp troop and some tips. You can pause on this and be able to get everything down. I'm going to show you two bases. One was a clan war attack, another was a raid attack. It's something that from the two of them, you're going to be able to get a feel for how this goes. When you're looking at the base, you really are going to want to form a funnel. In order to have a funnel, you have to trim off the two corners and then drive down the middle. The key is to hit that CC trigger with your AQ as she walks into the middle and the poison to take that out. Then your miners, hogs can just run free. Single target infernos are better than multis, but you can pull it off if there's only one, multi or two maybe, but three multis, I'd probably skip it. This is another base we're going to look at, show you which side I attacked on because, well, the CC's right there. I had to pick it in the quick raid. So without further ado, let's just jump in and show you how they go down. So on this first one's Clan War Attack. We're going to be coming in from basically the 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock. We're going to form the funnel, trim it off down at the bottom, dropping a loon in front of my baby drag because I want that baby drag to basically take out those non-defensive type targets. Then I put an AQ because I know she's going to walk kind of clockwise a little bit after she takes out a couple defenses because my baby drag is right there. Over the AQ, you drop a loon at least in order to then to protect your healers, then the healers back behind it. I usually drop another loon down the road with the path that she's going. The BK up to the 9 o'clock position, barracks up that way. I know that that's going to be trimmed. I drop a baby drag to help with that. Again, I'm trying to drive right into the space. They had an opening in the base to bring you in there, walking through. It's a pretty interesting base with the walk around, kind of 4 islands, if you will. But anyway, the basics still hold true. I've got the sides trimmed off, then you release your miners, then you release the hogs. They're a little bit ahead of the barracks hogs, but that's okay how this attack unfolded. Your spells, you use the rage on the AQ and healers to make sure she does max damage. You hold back that freeze for when it's crucial. Your Grand Warden ability, you'll see that I activate it just at the edge of this Town Hall 13 blowing up. Otherwise my hogs and miners that were in the area would have been dusted. It's crucial for how you let your abilities fly in the attacks in order to pull this thing off. As I always say, it looks like it was a piece of cake. It's never a piece of cake if your execution is poor. You have to have patience to allow the funnel to form. You have to allow your AQ walk to actually walk. If you don't allow her to walk, sometimes what can happen with the way you deploy too close to a corner, she can walk around to the other side. This can cause you to do an audible and go from another angle to have to do it. So the key still is you want that CC to trigger. You don't have to worry about the AQ. You don't have to worry about the BK taking out these troops because the miners will just totally aggro on her and the hogs will beat the crap out of her once the defenses are down too. So it just depends on the side you come in on. On this base, it was a raid base. Doing the same thing, you'll see that I put the AQ. I didn't know if there was going to be CC troops or not because it's just a quick raid. This person didn't have any CC troops. It's not about the base being max or not max. You can do this on bases. You can use it for raids, but you go about it with the same methodology because when you don't know if there's CC troops or not in raids, you just go like there are. If you assume there are and you're surprised that there aren't any, well, big deal. It's easy to move your troops through. Again, allowing the AQ walk to walk and take her time, taking care of some of this stuff. In this case, I dropped the barracks before the BK, which a little shoddy. I should have dropped the BK first because sometimes that P.E.K.K.A. will get out quick and take something out before my BK can take stuff, and then they would have started walking around the side instead of actually taking the wall and coming into it. Same stuff as always. AQ still doing her stuff. You got to keep an eye on her for the rages. You don't want to use her ability when there's single target infernos around. You really want to kind of save that for her to get closer. You got the miners go first, then hogs, and you got your Grand Warden and your Royal Champ with them. And I like to rage hogs occasionally too. I might use a spell on that versus just using the heals and the freeze. Your freeze is where it's going to do the most benefit for your troops, which it just depends on how the base is laid out. Just keep it in mind. On the fly, when I saw everything was concentrated, I love concentrated stuff that you can cover up with spells. Then everything moves through and goes ahead and takes care of it. My poison I didn't even use because there were no CC troops. That's why I was holding it. And then sometimes I look to see if there's like a bunch of skelly traps because those little munchers can really chew up your bacon pretty fast. But that's the general gist of how the miner hog combo can go. And the benefit of having both is really useful. Anyway, if you guys have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, hope you're enjoying Clash. Take care. Cheers.